Hello, everyone. Today we're back in Delphi, Indiana, and we are going to walk the trail, or I guess you could say trail, from the old CPS lot, which is now vacant, to the Monon High Bridge. This is the route that the suspect, Richard Allen, took on the day of the Delphi murders, February 13th, 2017. So without any further ado, let's take a walk. This is the remnants of the CPS building lot. The parking lot is even gone. All that's left here is a little bit of gravel and nothing much else. That is Hoosier Highway, Indiana State Route 25. At one time, that section in there where the route's at, and the old route being on the other side, used to have a trucking company, I believe, and another building that was over here. And you used to access the CPS building from the old 25, which is that way. Now we are going to continue our walk. This is kind of the old remnants, I guess, of the trail if you were at the CPS lot as you walk towards Freedom Bridge. It's not much of a trail now. Looks like a goat path. Somebody does drive on it. And as you can see, there's the Freedom Bridge. Kind of a cold day to choose to do this, but actually the temperature is very similar to the day of February 13th. Because if you do a little research, you can go back and find out what the actual temperature was that day. And it might have hit 45. This is going to be, like I said before, it's going to be as much of a continuous walk as I can make it. And hopefully, I suppose if you want to skip ahead, you can, but there might be something that you want to see that you might not want to skip it. This is 300 north, and if you do an easy Google Earth search, you can see that they rerouted this road too, somewhat. They really did a lot of work when they put the new highway in. And I'm sure that it alleviated traffic in the area. There's 300. An old train track that may have came through here. Now we are getting closer to the, I guess, main entrance to, sort of the main entrance to Freedom Bridge. In a previous video, the last one I was here last month, I said it was quite impressive, this whole structure, and it is. I guess it's still impressive 1 month later. Now we are making our way to, I guess this would be the start of the Monon High Trail. But this little memorial to all of the railroad workers, I would assume, with this memorial here. This is where the suspect, Richard Allen, said that he met, according to the affidavit, that he had met 3 girls and one was taller than the other 2. This is the beginning of, I guess, the trailhead. So we're going to continue on the trail. Nice new security cameras. A little information, trail safety tips, and a little backstory of the trail's history, which is very interesting. Moving on. This of course is all new from the previous video. Of course, this was here, but a couple years ago when I was here, this was still gravel. When we were here 1 month ago, uh, there's a lot of traffic. It's loud. Probably can't hear it. That's good. Anyway, kind of forgot what I was saying. We'll just walk on the trail, and if you've been out here before, you know that this is quite a difference from how it was. Great improvements that they've made. A lot more accessible for all kinds of people. Very interesting. It's kind of eerie here in the wintertime, but probably looks kind of neat with snow. And of course, this is taking us to the Monon High Bridge. Continuing on. Local houses and a cool old barn. I'm not exactly sure who owns the property, but I'm sure that somebody watching this will know. Trails are marked, clearly marked, as typical trails are. This kind of gives you an idea how long it would take to walk from Freedom Bridge to the 505 split, because this is a large chunk of the trail. Once you're at the split off with 505, it's a pretty short distance to the Monon High Bridge. I give a little bit of a different look. Almost looks like a nice single lane road through here now. One thing's for sure, it's a little chilly out, but it's not windy. If it was windy, I might not be out here. I might just give her a few months. But since we had the opportunity to do it today, I'm doing it today. It's a little, starting to see a little shot of the Deer Creek. Little bits. I like how those trees over there, if you could see them, turn white tops. It's quite a cool picture. Geese. There's a shot of the creek. This is where we walked up to last month. This is a major repair that was been done in this particular part of the trail. Hi. When we were here a few years ago, this was falling in. It looked really bad and dangerous. Now, looks wonderful. You get a great view of Deer Creek. And it's a whole lot safer. Continuing on, we go. Still walking along. It's actually not bad now. Cool little barns. Those are pretty neat. Even still on a cold day, it's still kind of cool out here. It was warmer and the leaves were coming out, or in the fall when the leaves are woodpecker pecking away. Especially when the leaves are changing color and falling. It's really cool out here then. Now we're getting closer to where the trail splits. And this is also the area of a popular entrance to the trail off of 300. For those that you don't know, I'm sure most of you do know. And if you do know, you'll be able to see what it looks like. You can see the memorial up here. Of course, they've got a trail closed barricade, but it's not doing a lot of stopping. Pretty easy to get around it. There's an old shed that sat there. It's since fallen down. And a little brief view of the entrance. This is where Abby and Libby were dropped off at. And this is fairly close to the High Bridge. And a memorial that's been here over the past 5, almost 6 years. Continues to grow. A little bit more. Let's see. 505. 505 steps. Now we're moving on to the High Bridge, where there's been significant changes done in a really short amount of time. I watched a Randy Gravett video, and right after the arrest of the suspect, and the High Bridge was untouched. Trails were here, but the High Bridge was untouched. Now it has been completely redone. So we are going to take a look at the progress, and I don't know whether or not it's finished. If they're going to continue on farther, I don't know if that's necessary or not. I don't know what the exact plans are. So we are going to walk out on it. Actually, from what I've seen, it's pretty safe. It looks like someone has left flowers up here on the trail. I don't know if they were left here. It has been windy, so there's a possibility they blew there, but it looks like been really lucky to blow exactly in that position. So we'll check it out. I said it in my other last video out here, I think those are cool, those old railroad ties. Gathering moss. Yeah, they're flowers. Just up around the curve, I think we'll begin to see the bridge. Yep, flowers. It's like mums. And fake flowers. See that there's some crime scene tape up here. I'm not exactly sure why. Because the bridge itself is the safest that it's been. Unless you plan on jumping off the railing, which I'd advise you not to do. Wow, it really does look different. You can already tell the significant change in it. I kind of stated in my last video I was not exactly sure why. I understand that they were going to make repairs on this bridge, but it sat idle for nearly 6 years, and in seemingly 6 weeks it was completed. And right after the suspect was arrested. Now, I would think that you wouldn't want to alter the scene in case during the trial you needed to have someone come out here and get angles or views, whatever it may be. Seems like you would maybe want to wait a few more months, but maybe that's just me and I don't know. Seems like you would want to leave it alone for just a little longer. I mean, I understand that the bridge is still, the old part of the bridge is still out here, because you can see it past this. This will actually be the first time that I've been this far out. I was on the bridge the last video. Quite solid. Got some little bump outs for, I suppose, to watch fish or whatever else you want to do, or watch fishing. This is quite an improvement. The first little cut out here, you're getting the view going towards Delphi. And then over this way, you're getting a view going towards the location where the bodies were found. It's sad. It's so sad because this is such a nice area out here. Kind of continue along here. Kind of make our way out to the end. And there is the two geese. Huh. Kind of interesting. And there is the remnants of the old bridge. It really looks different when you're actually out here. It's easy to look at pictures and look at satellite shots, watch people's videos, but when you're actually out here, it doesn't really look exactly like you think it's going to look. Or geese. Well, that is going to do it for this video as we walked from the old CPS lot to the Monon High Bridge and the new part of the bridge. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, take a look at them. Until next time,